Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Debt with Lex. It's your girl Lex, and today we are back at it with a little bit of a different type of video than what I've been doing recently. This is a budget plan with me type of video. I figured I'd throw one of these in here every once in a while and show you guys how I do my monthly layout. And I also just realized that my baby's monitor is on, so let me turn that off so the sound doesn't bother you guys. Hold on. All right. Anyways, as I was saying, we're going to be doing a little bit of a monthly budget with me. I'm going to show you the layout of my budget. I have had a lot of questions in my past couple videos of what this budget's been looking like, so I figured I'd go through it with you guys. I also jotted down all of our bills, what they look like this month, all that kind of thing as well. One other thing that I wanted to mention quick before we got started, a couple of things. So first of all, I did start a TikTok for Out of Debt with Lex. It's already got 1,000 followers, which is really exciting, and I've really been enjoying making these like fun little TikToks and just like shorter form content over there. So if you like TikTok, go check it out. It's at Out of Debt with Lex, if you like that kind of stuff. The other thing that I was going to mention is I did end up turning my comments off for my last debt update video. I think the first couple updates I did this year got a lot of positive traction, and this last video definitely did not. I think that I definitely, I don't know, appreciate those comments that are very constructive, very positive, very, what's the words I'm looking for? Like, it's okay to say things that like are harsh truths, but I think there's a way to say it and there's a way to be kind to people on the internet. My mental health is very tied to my finances, as most people feel the same. So for me, seeing all those negative comments and all those negative perspectives is really toxic. And so if you feel like you want to say something negative, definitely try to go about it in a more constructive way. Or just don't leave a comment at all. I really don't want to go back to this place where I'm ignoring my finances because I feel so down in the dumps about it. So if need be, I'll just continue turning off my comments. I don't think that it makes sense for me. Like, I want to be doing these updates. I think this is really good for me to be looking at my finances, talking about it, and talking about it with people. But it's not going to be good for me if I'm seeing really negative and hateful comments, if that makes sense. So that being said, we're going to get into it. I just want to mention that because my comments are off in that video. I'm going to leave them on to start with this video. And I just want to set the tone for like my channel. Like, I don't appreciate negativity like that. I don't appreciate hateful comments or, I don't know. I think there's a way to talk to people and there's a way not to talk to people. So I just wanted to mention that before we got started. First things first. August. August is a 2 paycheck month. I did get paid on this Tuesday right here. So I'm just going to add this Tuesday in. Let me see. July 31, 30. This is the 29th. So I am going to just add this in here as this is the paycheck that's going to be paying for a lot of the beginning of August things. So I'm just going to put July paycheck. And I get paid the same every time because I am salary. It's $2,701. I also get paid on the 12th and the 26th this month. So the 12th is paycheck number 1 for August. And then same thing with the 26th. I'm also gonna just start off with color coding those. I like to color code all of my bills. So eventually I'd like to get to a financial place where I'm able to pay like a month ahead, or I don't know, not be paycheck to paycheck as much. But right now it's kind of like this paycheck is paying for these 2 weeks. This paycheck is paying for these 2 weeks. This paycheck is paying for, you know what I mean? That's kind of the pattern that we've been in for a while now. And obviously we would like to get out of it, but it does take time, effort, and lots of focus on paying down our debt. So we'll get there. It just takes longer than I would like it to. So we got things color coded. For now, it's just my paychecks. I also wanted to address a misconception from last video, which it definitely was my fault, because your girl is tired when she's filming these. I'm filming these late at night after my kids are asleep, right? And sometimes I don't speak correctly. So I mentioned that my husband is getting his real estate license. He's very excited about this. But that's not to say that he's not going to be having another job alongside that until that takes off. He has been doing interviews on and off here and there over the past couple months. And also, like, mental health has been a big thing in our family. Like, I don't want to dive into my husband's mental health situations, but it has been a big thing and a big point for our family this year in particular. And I'd rather have a husband who is mentally okay and mentally like is alive and is here with us than a job. A job will always come second to having my husband be with us in life, right? So that being said, like there have been gaps in employment, and I think people have really like commented on that, like why isn't your husband like your husband needs to do that, blah blah blah. I get that. And he is trying. He has been interviewing. He had an interview today that actually went really well and looks like it might turn into something, which is really exciting. But the reason why there was gaps in employment, it was not because he's lazy, not because he's not doing anything, not because like he's letting us down in any sort of way. It is truly like mental health related, and it really like it honestly really hurt my feelings to see some of the comments towards him, because I'm just happy that he is here with us and doing much better than he was. So that being said, hopefully we'll start having two incomes. I know I've been saying that for forever and a day, but I really do feel like this time, like things are really looking up for him and for us, and hopefully we can get another income in here. He's also studying for his real estate exam, which is exciting and something that he really wants to pursue, but we will be doing that in tandem with like a part-time job or something like that. Right now my paychecks do just barely cover our bills, which is great, but obviously it'd be great if we could make some more money. So I just wanted to address that as well, because it really it was probably my fault in the way I phrased things, but I just wanted to address that. So that being said, we're going to start writing in all of the bills and then kind of addressing which paycheck is paying for what. So we're going to just start on the first of the month. So first of all was rent. Rent was the full amount of rent this time. I did not have the chance to pay ahead. Sometimes I pay like half and half if I can, but this time I couldn't. So rent is $17.65 a month. Then on the second, we have my first Upstart loan. So Upstart number one, that is $91 a month. Then we also have MG&E, which is on the 4th. That is our gas and electric. And that was $207 this month, so a bit higher. It is the middle of summer, and I do feel like that air conditioning bill does get us a little bit. We try to keep it off as much as possible, but when it's like 95, 98 degrees, it's like, what are you gonna do? Next up, I just write them in still in case like I ever charge anything on them. I shouldn't be, because they are cut up, I guess, but it's a good reminder of when bills are due. So this is my husband's Capital One. It's currently paid off. It remains paid off. And then we have my Capital One, which has a payment due of $308. And then we have utilities on the 10th, which is over here. Utilities this month are $109. And then we also have Verizon payment due that day. Verizon, we have two phones through Verizon, but we also do our internet through Verizon as like a big package. So we pay $209 a month for that. And then that should be it for what's on the first paycheck. I do like to, generally when I do this like on my own, I kind of do the math as I go as well. Okay, very tight. That leaves us with $12, which is obviously not a lot for groceries and gas. So we might have to get creative. I did download what is that called? Shipped? I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but if you shop at Target, you might have heard of it. It is like a driver app. Both my husband and I have been looking into those types of apps in the meantime until he finds something. And I did get accepted into it really, really fast, which is really nice. I also applied for a couple of other ones, so did he. But a lot of our area, we live in like a pretty rural area, so there's not a lot of availability, and they kind of make you go on a wait list before they actually like open up spots for you. It's not like we live in like a major metropolitan city. I'm not even sure that we can make that much money off of it because I've never done it before. But we're gonna try it out and see if we can make some extra money, especially like for paychecks like this, where it's like, okay, we can't really pay for everything, and like groceries, gas, that type of thing. I think it's gonna be key until my husband can land a job, to have some of those like incomes that we can kind of, jump in our car, deliver a couple of things and make it work. So we'll see. But I'll let you guys know how that goes in my next update, maybe. Next up, we got on the 12th, we have my second Upstart loan. Upstart number 2. And that is, let's see, $138 a month. Then we got my Chase card on the 14th, which is $40 a month. We have on the 15th, we have a couple of things. So we have our line of credit, which is $30 a month. We have my car, which only has like 2 or 3 more payments on it. I think it's 3. I think it gets paid off in October, which is really exciting. That is $349 a month. Then we have Sean's car, which is $529. Oops, that's a 2. $295. I always get questions every single update I do, but my husband's car, we are not able to sell it. We have negative equity on it. We don't have the money to come up with to help pay off that loan if we were to sell a car. But obviously this is a pretty high car payment for us, so would like to do something with it eventually. Just right now, we're just making payments until we get rid of that negative equity at least. On the 17th, we have USAA. That's how we pay for our renter's insurance. It's just $23 a month. And then we also have Geico, which is our car insurance, and that is $186 a month. The reason why we don't bundle, I don't know if we've ever addressed this, but we used to do all of our insurances through USAA, and we honestly were charged so much for car insurance through them. And whenever I did comparisons, it's actually like crazy the differences in prices. So maybe eventually we'll kind of pivot back to USAA because we always had a great experience with them. But we got charged like an arm and a leg for car insurance through them. So maybe we'll go back eventually, but right now we're separate just because of that. And then we have on the 20th, we have my credit card line of credit consolidation loan. I know that was just like way too many words, but it's $366 a month. We also have my husband's UW credit card payment, which is a minimum payment of $140 a month. We also have Wells Fargo on the 22nd. Wells Fargo, that is a payment of $85 a month. And we also have iCloud. I've looked into canceling this a million times, but I don't think we have the storage for it currently. Maybe I have to like update my husband's phone or something, I'm not sure. Essentially extra photo storage. I think I could probably like upload my husband's phone files off his phone and then we'd be fine, but yes, we do pay $10 a month for that. Let me know if you think I should just cancel that because maybe I should put more effort into doing that. On the 24th, nope, on the 27th, just kidding. On the 27th, we have my husband's Chase payment. Sean Chase, that is $40 a month. We also have Citi, On the 28th, we also have Discover, which is $225 a month. And that is it. Let me finish color coding everything. We'll do blue. Perfect. All right. So any other things that we need to put in here, I'm just gonna write towards the top or maybe on the note side. My husband does need his car license plate renewed. So that is, I believe I jotted it down. Sean, car renewal, that's 163. So that is another, oh, that's not how you spell renewal. What am I doing? Renewal. Okay. Well, I'll pretend like I didn't make that error. But this is the gist of how I lay it down in the most basic way. I was gonna see about maybe like finding some sort of free tracker or something, or maybe just by paper tracking our expenses and what we spend our money on this month. We actually, I would say we actually don't really spend much outside of our bills. We buy groceries for our family to eat dinner and stuff like that, and we buy gas. But honestly, we don't have the money. Like we literally don't have the money to buy things anymore. Let me know what you think about this video, what you think about this little plan with me. I am going to be doing like an August debt update. I think it'll be a good one. We just made minimum payments in the month of July, but I feel like at least we'll be moving in a positive direction. Maybe we'll get some more positive feedback on that. I'm not sure. But I did want to share this video with you, share with you guys how kind of our monthly breakdown looks like. But yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bye.